Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
All right, so we finally had combat. I don't think there's going to be a ton of people who are like, you know what, I'm just going to... I mean, maybe you are. If you are listening to Kingmaker because you feel like, I'm really interested in Kingmaker, and you didn't listen to season 1 of our show, which is fine, the background of the conversation we're about to have is our last show started at 16th level and ended at like 18th. So how does first level combat feel for everyone?
I miss Val so much. I miss being like a badass at everything I did.
It's like training wheels are on.
I felt particularly ineffective.
How'd you feel when who took damage last fight?
I did.
And anyone else?
Took 2 points.
And you still haven't healed, right? No. 2 points though. How many do you have left?
15.
Yeah.
All right, so that's two's a chunk of your hit points.
2 is a chunk, yeah.
Yeah, I have 18 hit points total and I took 5, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How do you feel about your characters so far in combat?
Well, Lucky did great. But I just happened to roll well, so.
Lucky is a fucking murderer right now.
Apparently so.
It's a lot of fun being a rogue and getting to do massive damage.
It's great.
So I want to lift the veil. Right before we hit record, Trent was looking at some notes and was like, oh, what exactly did your notes say, Trent?
I started a kill tracker. Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
And Lucky has 2 kills. Mm-hmm. Ariadne has 1. And then Biff and Nikolai have 0.
And Jane like instantly popped up at this.
Yeah, I see right through you. Biff is going to start weirdly hero worshipping whoever kills the most.
I don't know what you're talking about.
To answer your question about how do you feel different, I feel very different from Drosharis.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I feel completely opposite.
The complete opposite. Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of fun though.
It is. It is. Like to not move around, but be able to sit back and be like, bam, 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 healing people and like supporting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, kind of at this point, when did all of you think combat? When you said, I know we've only played a little bit and there's Kingmaker. Session 1, though, maybe beginning of session 2, what did you think in your mind? What were you projecting? Was combat going to be soon or further away? What were you thinking?
Because I played the game enough, I expected some shit to go down when we went to sleep. That's pretty standard.
Yeah, Kaiser does normally. Not when you lose the first act.
I expected that as well. I thought either the party was going to end with some sort of attack happening, or it would be like, oh, you all go to sleep and then get attacked in your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this was written not too far into like the Pathfinder history, and they can't just repeat how certain other famous APs also begin. Exactly.
That's right.
It's fair.
So this is sort of expected then.
Kind of.
I think so, yeah. Or
but sorry.
No, I was just going to say, or like you get your task and then the next thing you do is fight something on the road. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Sure.
Or on a boat.
Probably would happen pretty quickly, I assumed.
But to be fair, if you're going to attack an entire group of people, you wait until they're asleep.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
especially if it's a
vulnerable.
Group of people who are literally all heroes. Like we're probably the weakest links of everybody here for the most part.
At first, when they were dragging a body, I didn't think necessarily we were going to be in a full-blown combat. So,
sure.
But once it started, it was hairy, I think, a little bit, even though we won. It was a little hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Doorways are always an awkward,
tiny-ass rooms.
It was a really small room, too.
Trying to figure out what your character can do now. I will say, kind of like I brought up in the last episode, that it's like, why would we be the people to really get tasked with anything when there's all of these, like, heroes and obviously higher level characters that are at play here? And I was thinking at the time, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to kill off like a lot of people early on so that we're like kind of the best options left or like close to it. And it was making me think of, this is such like an obscure reference, but the Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell, where like their band basically sucks, but the only way they get into Eurovision is that all the pop stars who are better than them are on a boat that blows up at the same time. And so they're like literally the only pop stars left in the country and they have to go to Eurovision. And I was like, oh, we're going to get Eurovisioned here.
So, I mean, I think one thing that's also worth talking about when you look at like the history of Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons, and we name check Rory all the time, but he and I have talked a lot about like old school first and second edition D&D and sort of the ethos and world building associated with and behind that. And it's worth keeping in mind that that level in the old school D20 role-playing games was also really relative to societal power or societal standing. So it's not so much that like, wow, if they're pulling level 1 heroes in for this, they're desperate. Like that's kind of normal. So like someone of Lady Jarmondi's power, which is like, you know, a pretty well-known sword lord in the area, she's between like level 7 and 10.
Okay.
So it's like when we're talking about Grey Death, like you are folk heroes of myth at that point. So, I mean, like, here's what I'd say. Like, I'd guess that probably like the highest level person in the room with you the other night was like probably single digits, higher single digits maybe, but a lot of people there because obviously, I mean, you've already found 10 plus dead people plus some guards, make it even 14 or 15. So just to get enough people who are willing to like risk life and limb to go out into to like try to do these charters, you are talking about people who like they don't already have a lot of power, that they're hungry for it.
That just made me realize something.
What's that?
Did the uniforms on these people who attacked us look like that fucking mercenary group?
The iron.
You didn't really look at what they were wearing. You want to jump back into
Let's
the narrative?
jump right in.
And go
run
look
back
at that
over.
a little bit.
Oh my God.
I guess
All right.
you could say that in character, and we're like, oh fuck, we
Yeah.
didn't even look.
Say
Hey,
it.
did those look any of those like those like wraith dudes,
Iron
whatever they're?
wraiths?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So you dragged all of them into it. And I realized I didn't do a very good job. So please forgive me, listening audience. The bedroom that all of you were in is about 20 feet by 40 feet, which with 4 giant beds in it and 4 people, that gets tight quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you go back into that room where the 3 bodies.
No bunk beds. Doesn't make sense.
Well, these are nice ones. There actually is a note in here that's like, if you have more than 4 players, change one of the beds to a bunk bed. But these are like nice rooms.
So much room for activities.
So you go
Wait,
back
I
in
do
there.
kind of want to examine before we leave this
so you
room
kicked open
who
the
it is
There's
that's dead in
5
here.
bodies
Right.
in there, and Biff is somehow fine.
He threw everything up.
Oh
Doesn't
my
have
God.
anything left. Someone get him a glass of water.
I would appreciate that.
If he barfs again, I'm going to barf because I'm kind of a sympathy
no.
I
barfer.
hand you my water.
No.
Just full of wine.
Ari takes it.
Even better.
So
Even better.
in this room are 5 corpses. 2 feminine humans, a masculine human, a masculine dwarf, and a masculine elf. And they've been
Oh.
mostly picked clean.
Any telltale signs of identity?
What's your medicine bonus again? Because I can't
7.
remember. I'll write some of these things down at some point. No, you can't see who they are. While you're giving them a once over, you note, I don't know where your ethics fell down on this, but the elf does have a silver ring on one of their fingers.
Ring
Was
of
left
protection.
behind.
I mean, they're not using it, so
Hey, that might help somebody identify them later on.
yeah, we'll take it to him, to a guard.
I mean, that feels like a lie, but I'm not sure I
I'm
care
going
enough.
to go check the other room.
Go back and look at the bodies
gonna
of
Yeah, I'll
the
go with
inspect
you.
this
I
ring.
leave before they steal this ring.
So lucky repurposes.
I'll let them all leave the room. Then I'll take the ring.
Right down. It's worth about 15 gold. It's a nice silver ring.
Dope.
So you go back and you get a good look at these. And I mean, we've got some art. You can see the pawns and pick them up. They are covered in like black leathers. They really fall into some of the old school D&D idea of like there's just belts everywhere, you know, because belts are cool. And you start looking through it. Talk to me through like what kind of investigation on these bodies are you doing? I don't want to presume too much.
We're
for
looking
you.
for the clothing particularly. So if that,
Mhm.
we're examining the clothing on the outside, maybe like pull the collar back and see if there's clothing underneath.
What size is this?
So
Is this a medium?
So you look through it, black everywhere, right? Black leather, black cloth. Checking the bodies a little bit. Well, you don't recognize any of the faces. And while they all had their armor on, you did see faces because they were eating. You don't recognize any of them. But a couple things stand out. Like I said, they all their daggers had the same ebony pommels. And then they all have, this will be funny, Jason, because we were joking about this earlier. You will see that all of them have tattoos, trails of 3 black tears underneath their left eyes.
Hey.
Hmm.
And there's something in script on the inside of their right forearm. Nikolai, you're looking at this. What languages does Nikolai speak?
Common and Sylvan.
Okay. You don't recognize this language.
Does anyone recognize this language?
Well,
I'll
let
take
me-
a look. I speak
yeah,
quite
let
a
us-
few.
Let us see there.
Rogue, you probably speak a lot of languages.
Yeah, probably not useful ones though.
I speak Common, Elven, Goblin, and Undercommon.
Nope.
I
Don't
got
recognize it.
Aklo, Common, and Draconic.
What about you, Lucky?
Oh, I also have Celestial.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to find. Where is it? Where are they listed?
Well, okay,
Down here,
so
lab.
Biff, you
Yeah.
recognize it actually.
Oh.
It's in Draconic script. Right down the inside of the right forearm.
I don't have Draconic, so
4 words. Live free or slaughter.
I thought you were going to say or die. I was like,
They're
they're
from
from New
New
Hampshire.
Ah!
They're from New Hampshire.
It's worse than we thought.
I was on the USS New Hampshire, and that was a thing we said at the end of quarters. Live free or die.
Well, this is live free or slaughter.
interesting.
Hey,
Yikes.
do you say that out loud, Biff?
Yeah, live free or slaughter. Well, that can't be good.
Can I roll a society, see if I recognize that? Or
Hey, what's that
religion?
bonus?
3 on society.
You have heard of this, Nikolai. It's a little rusty for you, but you've heard of a group. You kind of piece it together now, of street gangs that formed together, originally from New Stettin, Port Ice. The Black Tears are a criminal organization of cutthroats and thieves. And from what you remember, also say, what's your thievery bonus, Jane?
My thievery
Yeah.
+6.
You, as Nikolai mentions the Black Tears, you've heard of them too. They're known mostly to dabble in kidnapping, extortion, sale of illicit substances. Both of you know that they have a reputation for members that are notably fanatical, loyal. Read the rest of my note there, and exceptionally ruthless.
Ah, well, that tracks with everything we've seen here.
Yeah, that explains the hand.
Yeah.
And would we have the impression or the knowledge that they have their own cause, or are they kind of like sellswords, like they get hired?
I mean,
Hired
sounds
killers.
like money is what you know. Like they like to make money, so they'll dabble in
So
kidnapping, extortion,
somebody-
assassination.
Somebody paid them to be here.
Maybe.
It could be in the whole rest of the building. We got to go save Amiri.
I don't understand why Amiri
can't-
didn't come save us.
We can't get out of here. We are stuck. I
You
think
haven't gone to the west at all.
we did
We
not
can
go to
go.
the west.
Yeah, there's
Go
a-
west.
Go to the
We
west.
should go.
There's like a big open door. We are stuck.
There's a neon sign that says west.
There's doors right here.
Well, let's go. Kick it open, big guy.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the idea that because every time Biff kicks the door open, Trent here at the table sticks both his legs out.
I gotta.
You like kick it with both legs.
You like to missile kick it.
As
He's
you're
trained
walking,
in acrobatics.
so you're walking down this hallway, which is pretty long. It's like I think 80 or 90 feet of hallway with these doors on either side, about 20 feet across this hallway. Ceilings about 10 feet above you. And now that you're out here, these interiors are illuminated. Numerous cinnamon-scented oil lamps. And there's wide windows with panes of glass, but the lower floors have bars, really inconspicuously set, but over these windows for protection. Outside, the storm still rages. But down to the west, you'll see at the end of the hallway are a large set of double doors.
Double doors. Are they locked? Did Biff kick them down?
Not on the western side. So you don't know if they're
yet.
locked because, you can't tell by looking at them. Looks like there might be a lock installed. Like you can see when there could be a lock, but you don't know if it's locked.
I have my long sword out.
Everybody ready?
Let me check the door real quick.
Okay.
I
Now,
love that we have a rogue.
what are you
You're checking
checking?
all the doors.
What are you checking it for?
I'm going to listen at it first, see if I hear anything.
Okay. Give me what's your bonus to perception? I'm going to write these down at some point,
+6.
I swear, listeners. So looking through there, you hear, it sounds like water, but you can't tell that's the rain outside or something else. But otherwise, no, you don't hear anything else through the door, just some odd sounds of like water.
I think we're clear. I'm going to jiggle the door handle, see if it's locked.
Doesn't seem to no resistance.
Okay. Then I'll say, Biff, do your thing.
All right. Go ahead, everyone. Take your miniatures for no reason at all. Just stack them up there at the west side of that hallway, however you'd be. That's the east.
Other way.
You know where
She's like, all right, everyone else go down there. I'm fine here.
where I come from, jiggle the handle is done on toilets.
Put me in the corner of the hallway.
Losing your religion.
Right there.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was too.
So,
We all hang out too much.
I also
Is
hate the
our-
smell of cinnamon, so this is not pleasant.
oh, no, not at all. Maybe your character does it, though.
He does.
Oh.
I hate the smell of cinnamon.
I love
I
It's
hate it
written
that
on
much.
your sheet. Every character you have hates cinnamon.
That was his aversion.
Ari, are you going to post up front with Biff, or are you going to stay back with Nikolai?
I'll be up front with Biff.
Okay. So you're next to that door. You're kind of around to the side. So who's actually going to open these doors?
Biff is going to open it.
That's double doors. You're going to do the Aragorn and push both open, or just open one of the two?
Just open one.
So you open the northernmost of the door. And it opens relatively... Oh, tell me, are you trying to be quiet, or are you just opening it up?
I think with big doors, relatively quiet, but he's not like stealthing.
Okay.
But he's not like blowing the thing open.
So
you know?
you're not going to be making a stealth check for initiative.
I don't
sort
think
of thing.
so. No.
So you'll open it up cautiously, and you're able to see into a pretty wide room, and it's kind of cool. This room is almost 60 feet across away from you, and top to bottom is probably, oh no, that's not 60. That's 30 feet across and about 60 or 70 tall, north and south. It's a large indoor garden with resembles a tropical paradise.
Wow.
Lush plants and flowering vines hang from the walls, while you see a slow-moving stream of water cutting north to south through the center of the room, flowering languidly along stone drains. Planters are filled with colorful flowers, and they line the stream, and two narrow bridges cross over it, going east to west. Partially submerged in the stream to the northern side stands a life-size marble statue depicting an armored half-elf woman holding a rose and wielding a shield. Now,
Well, this is weird.
at this point, it becomes clear that something is up. So what I'm going to have to ask is for each of you to roll initiative as the door
no.
opens.
Yes.
And you see motion coming from the west side of the room, hiding on the side of the stream.
So scared.
Everybody look out.
What,
Some dudes over there.
Oh, no. More.
Ooh, we got ourselves a yeehaw.
We got ourselves a hootenanny.
We you
Got
can see
ourselves a
we
house.
are embarking on a hootenanny.
what's everyone's initiative? Sorry for that delay while I got figures set up.
No problem.
I didn't do the one thing you asked me to do.
I think I might be at the top
You had one
here.
job.
I am a 22.
Woo!
Okay, 22 for Biff.
23.
Son of a bitch.
15.
Biff's a lot angrier than Watson.
You know, teenagers.
What would you say you had, Jane?
15.
Oh.
So much angst.
All right, Lucky, what'd you get?
18 stealth.
All right, and your bonus is pretty high for that. All right, so what's going to happen first, you're going to get a better look because, oh, God, you know what? Let me just roll a d4 here for no reason shit. Okay, well, it's that one. So what's going to happen is, so you'll see there's now 4 figures you can kind of make out. Nikolai and Biff, you pick them out. To Ari, you may not see these quite as well because they're sort of all hiding, taking cover on the far side of the stream. But once again, we have our friends Red, Green, Blue, but you notice we've also added friend Purple.
Indigo and Violet.
Purple friend.
Purple is going to pop up and whip an alchemist's fire
Oh, yikes.
What a
straight
dick.
at Ari.
Oh, come on.
Well, she's behind a door.
I am behind
Oh, that's
the
right.
door.
It's a
Only
Biff.
that one's open, yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
You really screwed yourself over there, Biff.
I'll take it for the group.
How's your resistance to fire?
Go on.
Well, first, we're gonna start with an attack. So it throws this out at you. Let's see if this is even going to be a roll good enough where I need to look up all these rules. What's your AC? And I'm going to give you... You don't have cover because you opened the door.
Yeah. 18.
So the alchemist's fire is going to smash right into the door frame, missing you and exploding.
Oh!
All right, so I quickly grab this out.
Sizzle, sizzle,
So it's going to do 1 point of
Splash damage?
splash damage. You and fire splashes across the door,
That man just threw fire at me.
and it's then going to. It's then going to follow up with a hand crossbow shot at you, thunk, right into the door next and miss. Third action is he's going to start reloading. Nikolai, it's your turn. So the door opens and you just see fire and a crossbow bolt slam next to Biff as the door opens from the far side of the room.
Nikolai will reach over and put his hand on Lucky's shoulder
Oh,
and give him guidance.
Hey now.
okay.
Lucky's like, don't
And then
touch
just
me.
kind of rubs it a little bit.
Okay.
Hand down your back.
It's like a cat when you try and pet. It's just like, stop.
You pet me when I say you can, and
Yep.
then exactly until the moment's done, and then I claw the crap out of you.
Yep.
That's how this arrangement works.
So that's one action.
Okay. Nice little guidance. Everyone loves it.
Then I'll do another one with shield.
Okay. Guidance shield, that like leather magical spiritual shield hums into life around your arm.
And
What's it going to be? On deck is Biff, actually.
take a 5-foot step back.
All right, Biff, it's your turn. Someone just tried to light you on fire and shoot you and failed on both counts.
Biff goes, let's do this. And he's going to sudden charge.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Wow.
All right, so I'm narrating while Trent takes the figurine, moves through the door, sprints across right next to... Which color is that? Is that purple right
Can't
there?
really tell.
I think that's purple.
That makes sense.
The alchemist?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's not alchemist. They just happen to have a vial of alchemist fire. They look the same.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So sprints down with the trident and shield out. Ah! Trent, though, for the sake of our listening audience,
Yes. Something Droshar should have taken.
what's sudden charge?
Sudden charge allows you to stride up to 2 times your speed and attack once you're adjacent to an enemy for 2 actions.
So move, and attack. 3 actions worth of economy for 2.
But it must be an open.
Well, so here's a fun thing, actually. Pathfinder Remaster is actually removing the open tag. So that ability will stay the same, but you could choose to use it later in a round if you wanted to.
Cool. Well,
That's
it
fun.
is still a flourish, which makes it so that you can only do 1 such flourish action per turn.
But in
And-
future, you could attack and kill someone and then sudden charge across the room to someone else.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's dope.
So he will attack with his
Going after
trident.
purple. I like it.
Get him.
That is a 12.
You charge across the bridge, stab out, and they're already, you gotta duck it. Ding, comes off the edge of that bridge going across. All right, Biff, you have 1 action left, though,
And
because of sudden charge.
You know what? Let's go ahead and attack him again. It's probably going to be a miss,
Yes.
but you know what? Let's give
Do
it a
it.
shot.
Always attack on that third.
This is only second attack bonus
that's
for
true.
a fighter, which is still really
What
good.
is it?
That is a 19
Get him, Biff.
On the die or total?
total.
Oh, that's a hit.
All right.
Going up against purple over here.
That is 7 piercing damage.
So you, and like you can just hear a lung collapse underneath it. Looks at you with fire in his eyes.
Yeah, that's what you get.
All right. So now red is over there behind you. It doesn't like that. So it's going to step forward to flank you, Biff. Step up 1 to the north to flank you. Dagger out and is going to stab at you. You got -2 to your AC. 11 to hit.
Definitely a miss.
Ting. Dodge it. Take 1 action to step. And it's going to follow with another attack. Even lower this time. How do you feel about a 7?
That's
But you are flat-footed.
not a critical miss, but very close.
All right, that's his whole turn. Now it's Green's turn, who I do believe is all the way down there on the south. Green's going to ready an action. To take cover, ready an action. Oh, yes.
You forgot Lucky.
I forgot. Lucky. Lucky, it's your turn.
Don't waste that guidance.
Lucky's going to delay anyway, so.
Perfect. So that happens, and now Ari, it's your turn. Biff
All right.
has left the room.
Am I the only one attacking here or what?
Hold on, buddy. I got you. She's going to come.
Trent continuing to make excellent work of the move back on the mic yell.
So Ari's going to come running it. She's going to somersault into the room. And
Jason
then go
somersaulting the miniature. Lovely.
running up to red and purple.
That's water. There
Yeah.
you go.
Run
So
up.
you charge across the bridge. You have the movement for that?
She is in
I do.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What is your movement speed?
30.
That's 35 to get there. So that's 2 movements, I
All right,
believe.
so I'll do 2 movements. And then I will, I'm going to try to trip.
It's 30.
Is it 30?
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, so dead on. So you'll
Cool.
have 2 actions. Oh,
Awesome.
right. So does your speed 30 even when you're not having panache?
I
Because I know
think
you get a
so.
speed boost when you have panache.
Mhm.
Oh,
that-
yeah. So I do have panache on.
So you don't have that right
Okay,
now.
so I'll do 2
Okay.
moves to get up there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attempt the trip on red.
Okay. Go for it. Trip will be against their reflex DC.
I'm just going to try to just like jujitsu kick out at their legs.
All right. Got this. I don't know.
Wow,
what
that
would
rolled
look like.
around a lot.
It really did, didn't it? It's a 20.
Trip. Bam.
Nice.
Red is prone.
All right. So now I have panache.
All right. Bam. So you now have panache.
Uh-huh. And
You're feeling
they
it.
take damage, don't they?
Only on a crit.
Ah, okay.
Unless you take some other feats around that, which you can later. But right now they're just tripped.
Cool.
All right. Now it is Blue's turn. That's up there on the north.
Wait, quick question.
yep.
Does that count as an AOO opportunity?
Does what?
Them being tripped. Is that a move?
It's involuntary, so no.
Okay.
If they stand up, though, it does.
Yeah, wait
So
for
a
that
couple of
stand
things
up.
are going to happen. I forgot that when you charge into the room, green does have an action prepared. So as you charge across the bridge, it is going to thunk, shoot at you with his hand crossbow.
Ah,
Oh, that's a really good roll. 24 to hit.
that is a hit.
Is that a crit?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do what I can. Crossbow bolt sinks into your side for 1 point of damage.
Ow.
First level Pathfinder.
Hand crossbows.
Hand crossbow. Now, to the north, blue up there has a little bit of an angle on you. You do have a little bit of cover from the bridge, so you're going to get 2 to your AC on this shot, okay?
Okay.
So this one's coming in from him. 8 to hit. Don't forget that 2 to your
Critical
AC.
fail.
Reloads that shot, fires at you again. Oh, that's feeling a lot better. How do we feel about a 12 with 2 to your AC?
Fail.
Tung, tung, 2 hand crossbow bolts just right in that wooden bridge banister. It's the end of the round now, Lucky. Do you want to keep delaying or do you want to jump in?
No, he'll jump in. He'll sheath the sword,
Okay.
pull short bow,
Okay.
take a 5-foot step over. So it's still behind the door.
It's free to drop it if that matters.
Is it free?
It's always free to drop an
Always
item.
free to drop.
Okay, then I will drop,
Draw.
draw, step, fire.
Cool. From there, you have line of sight to purple and blue.
Let's
Both on the northern edge. Purple is towering, beaten up by, I wanted to say Watson because I'm so used to Trent, beaten up.
How dare you?
Did
so
they,
sorry.
Did they seem? Would they be flat-footed to my attack with my 18 stealth?
You don't know, but they don't seem to have reacted to you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the one that isn't next to them.
The
Whatever
blue, that's the
one that is.
northmost one. That's the one that
Blue.
just fired 2 crossbow bolts and what hit the bridge's rail next to Ari.
Okay, I'm attacking that one.
All right, I'll let you know if they're flat-footed or not.
21.
Okay, they hit. They are flat-footed. Go ahead and do that sneak attack damage from the short bow.
7 damage.
Ooh, right into blue. Not looking good. Cuts through a part of their neck. They're alive, but you can see where the tendons kind of coming out. Blood is flowing down, mixing into the water of the river a little bit.
Trent's making a projectile bleeding out of his neck.
Yeah.
Ew.
Jesus. Okay, and that's going to make it Purple's turn. Technically, Purple is still flanking you because the person on the ground can attack. Doesn't love this position, so what it's going to do is it's going to take an action to draw its dagger because it had the crossbow
That's a
and the outpost
manipulate,
fire.
right?
Yep.
That's an AOO.
I don't believe
Unless he has-
drawing is.
I'm pretty sure unless he has quick draw, but I could be
Drawing
wrong.
is an interact action, not a manipulate
yeah,
action.
yeah.
Hey,
You're right.
right.
Got it. Going to stab at God damn it. So now you are flat-footed, Trent. Remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. 9.
That's not a critical fail.
Okay. He's going to attack a second time. God damn it.
Yes.
Yay.
That's 2.
Yes.
Critical.
And they say I roll badly.
Right. Not so far.
All right, Trent, roll a d6 for me.
Yeah.
Just real quick so I can draw
That's
down.
a 5.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Paizo's. Excellent. Crit cards. This is melee. Weapon tangle. You can't use this weapon to attack until the end of your next turn. Dagger I imagine gets tangled up in the bridge maybe as you parry it off.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like this. He's going to take a 5-foot step back to the north next to his buddy just to like create some distance.
Get the hell back here.
That's his turn. Nikolai, it's your turn.
Nikolai.
Ooh. I kind of love low-level combat. Like, it's still just as tense, but it's so, like, knife's edge. Everyone's almost just
Very
about
easy.
to die.
Nikolai is calculating.
Do you agree that this is 30 feet away from me and a...
I trust you.
Okay.
If you did the math, I trust you. We're playing on podcast. I have to trust that you can get your distance as
Hey,
well.
listeners. You ready for another ray?
Which Ray is coming today?
Ray of enfeeblement.
Ray
Wow,
of
just blowing
Enfeeblement,
through your big
Pennsylvania.
spells.
Pennsylvania.
I feel like we're going to rest soon.
Yeah? Think so?
There is beds everywhere.
How many people have played Chapter 1, 2nd edition, play through an entire dungeon without sleeping?
Right.
It's a 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
So now you have to roll a DC 17 fortitude save.
We've got a
DC 17. It's so weird. I rolled exactly no, that's an 8. Not a critical failure, but almost.
we've got a
Okay.
call coming in from a Ray.
Ray of Enfeeblement, Pennsylvania.
He works at a nursing home.
Hi, I'm
That would be enfeeblement, Pennsylvania.
I'm Raymond. I work here in Enfeeblement. Just had a quick call that someone needed something.
Our mother of enfeeblement, is that what they...
Yeah.
So it would be, you said fail,
Yeah.
enfeeble 2.
Oh shit, that's a -2 to basically anything strength related on blue.
Ooh, that guy's dead.
And that's
Okay.
that.
Keep me honest on that. That's blue and enfeebled. Biff, it's your turn. You've got a prone one behind you,
Oh,
and you
man.
got a one who retreated to the north of you.
I mean, it's too easy, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna stab down at the prone one.
Okay, he is automatically flat-footed. You've got this. Flat-footed one over there is red.
Oh, brr, brr, brr.
Oh boy, that is a natural 20.
Yes.
Critical hit.
Man, get to break that out. That's
Roll
a
that
piercing
dice.
weapon, right, Trent?
It is.
I almost said, now go to confirm.
Biff
Nope.
is kind of a badass.
Yeah, when does Biff start hero worshipping himself?
Biff is a fighter.
Hey,
Oh,
Roll
that's
a d6.
beautiful.
That's when things get weird.
All I can think is Ted Lasso when they're talking to Jamie in the first season. Rather be a lion or a panda? Coach.
I'm me. Why would I want to be
Why
anything
would I
else?
be anything else?
And he's like, I don't know if you know how healthy that is.
I love
right.
Jamie.
Me
Trent,
too.
roll
Best
a
character.
d6 for me.
Oh, sure.
Trent Krim, roll a d6 for me.
That's another 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a piercing weapon. Oh, the target will drop one item that is holding. Well, I said he had a dagger out, so he drops his dagger as you stab. You'll still do double damage.
Okay.
He might drop it anyways.
Yeah.
10 plus 4, 14 damage.
He's
Dunzo,
extremely dead. Do you want to
dunzo.
describe that for me?
Ooh.
I mean, it's a trident. He just stabs through his chest.
Oh,
Did you just kill someone with a trident?
I did.
You need to lay low for a little while.
And
Okay, so that's one action down.
he's sort of like in the moment, like recoils a little bit. He's like, I can't believe I just did that.
He's tried to kill you.
That's true. He's going to then take a 5-foot step to the north
Oh, nice. Close in on the purple one.
and take a swing at old purple.
I really love these creative names. I hope it's very evocative for a group
Good
that went to the
old
north that threw the
Come back here, purple.
the alchemist's fire. Oh,
And that is a 14.
just missed. Ting deflects it. He's like staggering back, the blood, like the collapsed lung, like barely keeping him up. He's breathing. Another one. And that step back, drops a leg back, drops parries, brings his dagger across his chest and deflects that shot. Well, it would have been Red's turn, but Red is no more. So now it's Green's turn. Green's at the bottom. Green's like, all right, got a clear shot here at Ari on the bridge. It's time to reload and take that crossbow shot. God,
Bring
where is
it.
my luck going? 11 to hit, and you've got cover.
fail.
Okay, reload. Oh, that's in its turn. It reloaded. Cool, that's its turn. Hey, Ari, it's your turn.
Woohoo.
Somebody
Okay.
shot at you. There's just crossbow bolts stuck into this bridge all around you.
So red is dead.
Yes, red is dead.
Okay.
Redemption.
Red's dead.
Ari's
baby.
going to go to flank with Biff.
Yeah.
Ari's
Okay.
run around the back there a little bit.
So you'll run around all of them. You'll sort of dance around blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
You'll
there you
have to dance around the east side. There's not room on the west side.
Okay, sure. We'll go on the east side.
Okay, so
Dance
you
around
kind
the
of
east side.
get around there. It's a little tight to not fall in the river, but the river's not that deep, so you can move around.
She's
You're now
very
flanking
acrobatic.
blue.
And yeah, she's going to stab at blue with the longsword.
Okay, go to attack. You are flanking, so its AC is lowered.
That is a 21.
That's a hit, not a crit. Now you have panache.
Oh no, wait, that's a 20. Sorry.
You have panache. What does that do for your damage here?
Okay, so that gives me extra damage. And I need to look at what it is for the longsword that I just got. So
Longsword is a D8.
stand by. Yes.
So you get D8 plus your strength, I believe, because you don't get your finesse.
Plus.
Actually, can you use a longsword as a?
Let me look. You can do it with anything that is a finesse weapon or an agile weapon.
Well, a longsword is
Claw.
neither.
It's not either
Yeah.
of those things. Okay, so no panache on this one, but I'll just hit him with the longsword.
So you get a D8 plus your strength modifier.
with the pommel.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But you got a sword.
9 points of damage.
Dead.
Amazing. Just
Dead.
All right. We're racking up kills here.
Yep.
and
They were enfeebled, but now they're just dead.
all right.
So you just run them through.
And then she's going to back handspring over up next to the other one.
Okay.
Now, okay, if you're going to do that, that is an action that will take a roll as well for you to
Sure.
acrobatically move.
Sure.
It'll be a 5-foot step. It will accomplish nothing, and if you fail, you will hurt yourself and fall prone.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
It's worth it.
All right, I've got the DC
She's a
here.
teenager. Do you think she does anything that makes sense?
Fair.
Consequences? Who cares?
All right, I've got your
15.
DC. You land it, not perfectly, but you land it.
All right.
Oh, that was cool.
So you somersault up,
I said back
you
handspring.
backhand up to flank the final one here.
Uh-huh.
All right. Would have been Blue's turn, but Blue is dead. Lucky, it's now your turn.
Okay, Lucky's gonna hide.
Sure. It's classic.
So I think you have to roll that technically.
That is. So
It's a
you,
plus
so
six.
you have cover.
I have cover from the door.
You got line of sight. All right. What's your bonus to stealth?
+6.
All right. You think you're heading?
I think I hit.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna pop out and shoot.
Look, it's you're just playing Gears of War over there, just ducking into
Yeah,
it out of
totally.
cover.
18.
Against 2, green or purple?
Can I hit both? I mean,
you can hit both. Well,
does
no,
either have
you can
a-
hit purple.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So purple.
Yeah, that hits, and you do get sneak attack damage.
6 damage.
Okay. It had 1 hit point left.
Great.
Would you like to describe this shot?
Yeah, I think it just takes him square in the chest, knocks him back.
So right where there was already the trident wound, the arrow just sinks
Yeah,
into
yeah.
one of the trident holes
Exactly.
and slumps down.
Right in the heart.
You've got an action left.
Oh,
This one's dead?
Yep.
can I hide again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide again.
All right. +6, right? Can I fade back behind the door?
Perfect.
You really are playing like either Gears of War or some Tom Clancy game.
Yeah,
just
100%.
ducking back into and out of cover.
Rainbow
Time
Six.
Crisis, man. You're
Oh,
playing
yeah.
Time
Oh, yeah.
Crisis.
Yeah.
Nikolai, it's your turn. There's one left on the southern edge of the room, hiding behind the it is covered behind the foliage. It has not improved its cover.
You and I have talked about how the religious symbol that I have is my bow.
Mm-hmm. The symbol of Erastil.
So I have that in my hand. I pull out an arrow,
Okay.
nock it, shoot at that guy.
What's the distance there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It is I think exactly 30. So you will
Yeah,
be in
yeah.
volley. So you'll take a -1 on this shot because you're
Bow
sort
is
of close.
a long bow is 100 feet.
If you're within 30 feet, it has volley. You get a -1 for being a little too close with a
So
long
should
bow.
what's the economy to shoot a bow these days?
Single action.
Then I'm going to take a step back so that doesn't
Perfect.
happen.
Take a step back, get at the better distance, and just tunk. Perfect. Yeah. Step back, aim the arrow.
23.
Jesus, that's a hit.
Okay.
Oh God, he's about to get fucked up.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know how much bows really do in second edition. It's like
1d8.
first level.
D8, yeah.
Okay. What'd you roll?
4.
Nice.
Unless you crit,
Sink an
then
arrow.
it's deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
really
once you
messes some
crit, it's
stuff
like
up.
it's
That's
going
the
to
fun
fucking kill
part.
you.
That's the fun part.
Or get like a composite bow or striking.
Yes.
It gets big
Mhm.
pretty quick. So 2 actions. You can shoot again if you want. Bows.
Yeah, I'll shoot
Instant
again.
reload. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Indoor bow combat. Ooh, what's it gonna be?
7.
Missed. Shatters off the wall behind it. Biff. There's one enemy left.
Is going to raise his shield.
Okay.
He's going to walk over to him, stride over to him.
South down to the final one near the southern bridge of this little garden stream room.
He's going to say, "Surrender or meet your god."
I like how your mini is pointing at the same time.
And he just sort of like looks down at you and says in Draconic, live for your slaughter.
Oh yeah, I should have seen that coming. He will attack.
Okay. It kind of gave me little vibes from Firefly when you've got Mal like, now look, this is all the money he gave us in advance.
That's an 11.
You miss. Ting. Kind of ducks in. He doesn't have a dagger out. And you know what? It's sure enough his turn.
Just
Yep.
real quick, rules question. How does raising the shield work? Do you have to do it like at the end of a
Nope.
turn?
At any point in your turn, you can spend an action to raise your shield, increase your armor by that much. Raising your shield also gives you the reaction shield block, which will allow you to reduce the damage from an incoming
you
attack.
have to have the shield raised to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
That's why. So it's super cool. It both increases your AC and lets you soak some damage.
Gotcha.
And
So-
it's till the start of your next turn, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
I believe. So one
That's what
action.
shield is, so I think it's the same thing.
Actually, you know what? It has this thing. It's going to take a 5-foot step back, and it's going to fire the hand crossbow.
Hey,
Ooh, that's really good. That's a 24 to hit.
Oh my god.
Probably not a crit though with that shield up.
It is a hit. Yeah, definitely not a crit. And I will use shield block.
Okay, so let's go through that. First, so do one. What's the hardness value of your shield? Because it first reduces the attack by the hardness value of your shield.
Hardness value is 5.
Okay, so the 1 point of damage is completely negated. Tink. What happens is any damage that's left over after your hardness is dealt in duplicate to your shield HP and to your HP.
Cool.
In this case, though, you just soaked all of it. Tink. Plants right into it. Has one action left. He's going to reload the crossbow. Tink. All right, Ari, it's your turn. There's one left here at the southern part of the room.
All right. Well, she's going to run over to it.
Okay. Run down, sort of move
Right, half of the movement over
past.
there.
And you've got 30 feet of movement now that you are in panache. You're
Yeah,
in the
the
zone,
movement.
as it were.
Yep. Run. Do a little spin at the end
Okay.
and stab him.
Longsword still?
Yeah.
So no panache bonus, but it's
well,
cool.
because I would have to.
You can spend an action to draw your kukri if you want in the offhand and just attack with the
Yeah,
kukri.
I'll draw the kukri.
So now you're using both, but just attacking with the agile one. I
The
love
longsword
it.
is not two-handed. Oh, you have to trip. That's right.
During the
So
spin.
just keep one in
but I
each.
can trip. So I have the panache for as long as the combat
Yeah.
lasts. So I tripped at the beginning. So I have So I have one in each, but I'm only attacking with the kukri.
All
You
right.
draw it during your spin.
Yeah.
Looks like I
Dang.
see double digits over there.
Like
I
the
think.
Star Wars guy.
Indeed, that is a 21 to hit.
Oh, that's definitely a hit. So now
Yes.
panache damage comes into
So
play.
now
What's the
panache
extra
damage comes
from
into
panache?
play. Panache damage is an additional 2d6.
No, that's the
Holy
question here.
shit.
Here's where I think, if I remember right, for Swashbuckler, that's if you use your finisher. That expends your panache and you do that extra damage. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if you
That
just
makes
keep your
sense.
panache and don't expend it, it just does like an extra 2 points of damage, I think, or 1 point.
Yeah, so if I wanted to have panache continue to go, but panache would end when the combat ends anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to expend the
That
So
is
your
panache.
finisher.
so much damage.
Yes. That's
a
Potential
lot.
damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Swashbucklers are cool, but you have to use the action economy of when do you spend and regain panache and how
Yeah.
you do that.
Get him,
Wait, that was
Swashy.
wrong. Hold on. Dee-dee-dee.
Level 1.
9 points of damage.
Oh, very dead. Describe
Yes.
your kill.
She does a spin and she comes around and just whoosh, whoosh, with the kukri in her kind of backhand and just sinks it into their chest.
Boom. And they just slump, boom, down to the ground. There's a little bit of blood now running into the water that's being recycled through the fountain in this room as it starts the whole thing slowly turning like a muddy red.
I killed him.
Yeah, you did great.
I killed him, man.
I'm going to go start giving medicine to you
I'm going to need a minute.
again.
I have 1 point.
Whatever.
of health left.
No, I took 1 point of damage. And she's like gonna like pluck the crossbow bolt out of her side and be like, I can't believe they shot me.
They like shooting you. That's like twice you've been shot.
So ridiculous. And she's like, can someone do something about this?
Why'd you do that, you stupid son of a bitch? You made me kill you.
You're a fool.
Thank you.
So that's 10 minutes. What's everyone else doing during this 10 minutes? Biff is having an emotional crisis. Lucky, what are you
checking
doing?
bodies like usual.
I don't know how to respond to this in this scenario.
I appreciate that Trent's like, I mean, people aren't just
Yeah,
comfortable
no, it's
killing.
And
wants
the
to be a
fact that it's
hero.
a
it's
fighter
very
is funny.
violent. Yeah.
This is reminiscent of other characters Trent has played in weird ways, though. Like your warlock who, whenever he got too injured, would just fall asleep.
Yeah. If he crossed a certain threshold, would just like fall asleep.
So whenever there's a lot of violence, it's like, well, Trent's character's out for a while. Okay, so a lot of the same. You recognize same 3 black tears in the tattoo, live free and slaughter, and draconic on the arm. You recognize it now. Hand crossbows, daggers, 5 silver pieces for pouch. That's 20 silver pieces from these 4. And the daggers with the pommels.
Okay.
That's what you find in the bodies.
Sounds good.
Lucky, Ari, I am in awe of your ability to fight in these dangerous situations.
Thank you, Ben.
Look, you just got to put your head down and do the job. That's all you can do.
What's your perception bonus
Ari
again?
refuses to make eye contact with you.
While you're looting the bodies, Lucky, and you must be at this point, I think the namesake's proven a little true, you do clock what looks to be some sort of watertight compartment below the water line of this little stream.
Hey now.
There's a
Found
stone
something.
lid submerged right near, not too far off from the statue, actually, the statue of the woman with a rose and a shield.
Does it pull up? Like, can I pull it up and then open it?
Sure, you go and you grab it and you pull it up?
Yeah, totally.
You grab it, you pull it out of the water, and yeah, it looks like you could slide the sides up, write the watertight seal on it, and open it up. And inside of it, you see,
I hear.
you see, and it's actually pretty well stashed. Like, looks like prepped for emergencies. You see potions clearly labeled in a like brevoy hand, like a brevish hand, and you see 4 potions labeled minor healing, a potion labeled bark skin, and a potion labeled lesser fire resistance. You also find a small bronze key with a slightly ornate like head to it, or whatever that part is you hold and you turn it. Is that the head of a key?
Sure.
Yeah, let's call it the
Sure.
head. All of that in there. So you got some potions.
Whoa.
I'm going to hand
Yeah.
each one of you an additional healing potion to what you have.
Man.
So write that
Thank
down.
you.
I think that's
You should have 2, you should have 2, and you should have 1.
1.
I'll give you my other one.
Oh,
So you each have 2 healing potions.
This is pretty exciting. How y'all feeling?
Good.
I'll
Once
hold
the
on.
10 minutes is up, I need to heal myself too.
Okay. Finally gonna heal yourself a little.
Yeah,
I'll
So
hold
you'll take
on.
20 minutes in here? So it's been half an hour. It's about 3:30 in
convince
the
him to
morning
do.
now. Okay.
I'll hold on to the fire resistance though.
Okay. Does it work? Do you make the check, I mean?
Oh, yeah. I was
Okay.
a 16, so.
Ooh, just barely, but you're good. You
Yeah, I'm
stitch
good.
yourself up. Biff, you're here for
16
20
on the
minutes.
die.
So what do you do for those full 20? 16 on the die, you're fine.
Breathe, Biff, breathe.
Ari will look at Biff and be like, I know it's hard, but it's going to be okay.
I want to be strong and I want to be cool and I want to be heroic, but it's a lot more jarring than I was expecting.
Perhaps you should really lean into the why.
It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing to be affected by killing a man, even if it's a bad man.
Oh, I thought you were saying YMCA. You're saying into the
No,
why
I
I
don't
do
really
this.
care for the YMCA, honestly, but you killed these men to stay alive,
Yeah, in more ways than you could know.
to protect your cohorts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, protecting you. That was
I did
part
not
of.
say me.
Oh, yeah. Look, there's some people that have been coming after me for a while, and I just, I figured it'd be better if I knew what I was doing. So
why are people coming after you? These people?
Not as far as I know. I don't think so. No, that'd just be like
who's
one.
coming after you?
It's not really important.
Is it that guy from the pub?
No,
I told you not to do. I told you not to get into that.
No. He gave me a kiss later. It's kind of weird.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Each their own.
Yeah, I guess I do kiss and tell. No, it's a guy. We'll worry about it later.
Well, whether you want to protect me or not, I will help protect you.
I appreciate that.
I think for now we need to figure out what else is going on around here.
Yes. Can I examine this statue some more?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a, I guess I'll make it for you because it is a secret check. Yeah.
Hunting lore, I assume.
No, in this case, actually, it's going to be, give me religion or call, give me religion. What's your bonus?
Me to roll it? Or you
Nah,
roll it?
I'm going to roll. What's your bonus?
+7.
So you recognize this. It is a statue of Milani, the patron deity of Lady Jamandi.
That was Fox's deity.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's super cool.
It was. When you said that, I was
really
like,
came up, but
that's from something.
That's super cool. So I will say the stream is about 5 feet deep as you get a better look at it. There's some pretty cool mechanisms going on around it. Anyway. You're not sure how the water is moving back in on itself, but it's cycling through the room somehow.
Before we move on, Ari is going to slip like a little jewel, like maybe in a little earring or something that she swiped off someone at the party to Biff just to cheer him up.
I don't know what this
It's
is
an
for,
earring,
but
put it in.
Okay.
Just jam your
Just that would look cool on you.
Jesus.
Does it look cool?
You look so badass right now.
Thanks.
you're bleeding.
Not exactly what I was going for, but okay.
I'll
And
take-
she gets up and starts looking around.
I'll take 1 damage.
Drosharis looks at your ear and does more damage to you. I rolled a 1.
Oh, wait, are we spending another
Did you
10
say
minutes?
you just said
No, 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 no,
Drosharis
no, no,
looks
for
at
1
your
point,
ear?
no.
Ow.
Okay.
You also said Drosharis looks at your ear.
Oh, did I?
Whoa.
Nice ride.
I am the knight.
You don't need that ear.
Where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, removing ears can help people. All right, so there's a couple of doors here at the west leading sort of at an angle. Well, there's a single door leading to the southwest out of this garden room.
Is it locked?
Only one way to find out.
I kick it open.
All right, Biff steps forward. Bam! Door slams open.
All right.
And what you see is a large hall, polished marble floors, and there's several potted plants lining the walls and tapestries. Oh, no, wait, I read the wrong room. This sounded really familiar. Sorry. Bam! You open it up. Bloodied corpses.
Oh, God, that's
much
not the
different.
same at
Of
all.
6 guards and 3 figures dressed in black litter the floor of this wide hallway. What's you know what? I'm okay if everyone do this open. Everyone give me a perception check.
I
Open
picked up
check.
my short sword, by the way.
Okay, you picked your short sword up. Great.
20.
20.
And I acquired any arrows that are not broken.
No, they all broke.
Damn it.
23.
2023. Okay.
What?
Oh.
This
20,
one's 20,
23.
23.
I was like, yeah, that's what year it is.
Perception, right?
Yep.
12.
12.
8.
All of you, as you step into this room,
With an 8?
even with an 8,
Oh.
can hear
DC 5.
the sounds coming from the north through a door. You just hear a deep voice. Where are you, halfling? I can't see no more. Smash your eyes good when I get you.
Ugh.
Is it Nelibet?
It sounds like Nelibet.
I'm a kobold, not a halfling.
And you can hear it through the door, like bam, slam, like stuff is just slamming, and like furniture is being destroyed in that room.
I think we just walk the other way.
I think nobody worry. I'll go first.
Ooh. So
Can I do like, is there any sort of like on the voice, can I do a knowledge to see like what type of creature this might be?
What's
I mean,
your
I'm getting kind of like
bonus?
an ochre. 2.
It's a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's big, it's deep. The only thing that you've ever heard that's ever been anything like that is giants.
Yikes.
So, fuck.
She's going to be like, it could be a giant.
It really
It's-
blew that ray of enfeeblement.
He's a giant that's about to meet his end. And,
Sure, Biff. Had a hard time killing that other guy.
well,
Giants are much worse.
we can deal with that when we come to it.
All right.
Kukri and Longsword are out.
Yeah, bow out with an arrow knock.
Do you want both your hands full?
I think I'll actually just keep the Kukri for now.
Kukri's out. You've got both things, Biff.
I'm going to be holding both my weapons too. One ranged, one short sword.
What's your ranged weapon?
Short bow.
Short bow in one hand. Okay.
Just
Short
to
sword
have
in
the
the other.
option.
All right. And Jason, what do you have out?
Bow with an arrow knocked.
All right. So who opens the door?
Yeah!
2
Both legs.
Biff. Just, yeah,
I like that
rabbit kicks it.
I like that the one thread through both of our games is that Trent's character opens the doors.
Regardless
It's
of
true.
class.
It's
Yeah.
true.
And
So
like
you-
in both cases is probably the most unequipped to open the doors and go first.
You do what you gotta do.
So you kick open the door and what you quickly see is a library. It's maybe 20 feet deep, 15 feet across, a bit of an odd angle. It's a modest-sized room that is now completely in ruins. Bookshelves along the east and west wall have been emptied, books heaped into a pile in the northeast corner. Sat atop this heap are these severed arms, legs, and heads of a dozen guards and would-be heroes.
my God.
Whoa.
A blood-splattered padded chair sits next to a shuttered window, and you see inside of it an ogre
Oh
in the
no.
room, swinging out, blood pouring down from parts of his body, wildly, blindly throwing shots around the room. A giant, large-sized creature with a big hook, just swinging, cleaving at the furniture as though he's looking for something but can't
Ew.
find it. Like ripping apart the furniture in the room.
Ugh.
Perfect.
Hey!
Just
What
get
are
'em.
you doing?
And you whip around and you see him there. And he kind of looks back, and as he whips around at you, you can see that his eyes seem to be blinded and like glazed over. You can't quite see into them, and he can't quite seem to see you.
I just look at you guys and say, let's go now.
Yeah.
I'm
'em.
the
We attack 'em.
halfling you're looking
'em.
for.
Halfling! And he charges straight at you.
Ah.
And I know this is a short episode, but that's too perfect of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Find out what happens next time.
Yikes.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.